Hey there, I'm Bella, and I'm on a mission to prepare for married life, and I'm sharing everything I learn along the way. One of my biggest focuses? Newlywed finances. I want to avoid the common money mistakes that can cause so much stress. I've been diving deep into research, from Kansas State University to the TD Bank Love and Money Survey, and what I've found is eye-opening. I'm worried about making mistakes that can damage a future relationship. By the end of this video, I'll reveal the biggest financial mistake newlyweds make, according to the experts, and how I plan to avoid it. I've even created a checklist based on this research. On this channel, I'm exploring all the big life changes that come with marriage before they happen, sharing practical, research-backed strategies. First, I'll uncover the biggest financial mistake. Then, I'll explain why it's so damaging, according to the research. And finally, I'll share a simple checklist I've developed to help me, and you, build a strong financial foundation when the time comes. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm learning and sharing evidence-based information from academic studies, industry reports, and financial experts. My research has revealed that the biggest mistake newlyweds make is a lack of financial transparency. It's all about open and honest communication about money. I was surprised. I thought it would be a budgeting problem. But studies, like those from Dr. Sonia Brittlutter at Kansas State University, show that financial disagreements are a major predictor of divorce, even more than fights about kids or in-laws. The American Institute of CPAs found that financial decisions cause tension for most couples. And the Journal of Financial Therapy highlights poor communication as the main cause of money arguments. The TD Bank Love and Money Survey even found that many Americans keep financial secrets from their partners. That's a scary statistic. Initially, I thought a joint bank account would be the solution. But the research shows it's much deeper. It's about understanding your future partner's financial past, values, and fears before you combine finances. To understand why transparency is so crucial, I explored how financial habits are formed. Many of us grew up thinking talking about money is taboo. We might have seen money used as a source of conflict. Financial therapist Dr. Sonia Brittlutter emphasizes that it's not about joint or separate accounts, but about the quality of communication. That really resonated with me. Even though the 2022 TD Bank survey showed couples reporting high levels of happiness, financial secrets were also at an all-time high. That contradiction is a huge red flag. This research changed my perspective. I realized that avoiding these tough conversations won't protect a future relationship. It will make it more vulnerable. So, based on my research, I created the NewlyWed Financial Transparency Checklist, a plan for my future marriage. Here's how I intend to use it. First, I plan to schedule regular money dates. The AICPA recommends monthly check-ins, and that seems like a great starting point. Second, I'll create my own financial inventory, listing all my assets, debts, income, and expenses. It sounds a little intimidating, but necessary. Third, when I'm in a serious relationship, I'll encourage sharing these inventories and having open conversations about financial histories, past mistakes, and money fears. This sounds like the hardest, but most important, step. Fourth, I hope to identify shared financial goals with my future partner. What do we want to achieve together? Buying a house? Saving for retirement? Fifth, I envision creating a joint budget that reflects combined income and those shared goals. Sixth, I'll need to decide, with my future partner, how to handle bank accounts. The research shows there's no one-size-fits-all answer. And finally, I'm committed to having those regular money check-ins, at least monthly, to track progress and make adjustments. This seems essential for staying on the same page. This approach is recommended by experts because it builds trust, reduces conflict, and helps couples work as a team, something I really want in my future marriage. I know this won't be easy. Experts emphasize patience and understanding. Building financial transparency is a skill that takes time and practice. I'm being realistic. It won't be perfect overnight. There will likely be disagreements and adjustments. The Journal of Financial Therapy published a case study showing that couples who stuck with regular financial discussions saw significant improvements. That's encouraging for the future. I plan to apply these principles when the time is right, and I'll share my experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as I learn more. Research shows that common challenges include feeling uncomfortable talking about money, hiding spending, or having different financial priorities. I'm exploring tools like shared budgeting apps, which are often recommended, to help future me stay on track. Here's my plan for the future. Start with a financial values exercise to understand what's truly important. Then, create a shared budgeting system using one of those apps. These tools are frequently mentioned in financial therapy resources. One simple thing you can do today, even before marriage, is ask yourself, what does financial security mean to me? It's a great starting point for self-reflection. To summarize, financial transparency is essential for a healthy marriage. Financial secrets erode trust. Open communication improves relationship satisfaction. And regular financial discussions can prevent major conflicts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your biggest concerns about money and relationships? Let me know in the comments. I've included links to all the sources I mentioned in the description below. Let's learn from each other and prepare for successful financial futures. And here's one more really valuable insight I've uncovered in my research. Couples who approach these crucial money conversations with curiosity instead of judgment have significantly better outcomes. It's all about creating a safe and supportive space for open and honest dialogue, even when the topics are tough. I'm planning to use I statements and open-ended questions to make this happen in my future relationship. This is a technique that's often recommended in communication and relationship counseling, and it's directly supported by the financial research I've been doing. Let me give you some examples of what that might look like in practice, so you can see the difference. Instead of making judgmental statements, which, let's be honest, tend to make people defensive, I'll focus on expressing my own feelings and needs. For example, I wouldn't say something like, "You're always spending too much on clothes." Or, "Why did you buy that? We can't afford it." Those are accusatory and judgmental. Instead, I'd use an I statement. I might say something like, "I feel a little anxious when I see large expenses in the clothing category because I'm worried about reaching our savings goal for a down payment. Can we talk about how we can balance our spending in that area?" See the difference? I'm starting with my feeling, explaining why I feel that way by connecting it to a shared goal, and then ending with a collaborative question. Or, if I need to feel more connected financially, I might say, "I need to feel like we're on the same page financially. I'd really appreciate it if we could review our spending together more regularly. Would you be open to that?" Again, I'm expressing a need and proposing a solution collaboratively. And instead of closed, potentially accusatory questions, I'll use open-ended questions to invite my future partner to share their perspective. So, instead of, "You never stick to the budget," I'd ask something like, what are your biggest financial priorities right now? What's most important to you when it comes to money? That invites them to share without feeling judged. Or, if I see a purchase I'm curious about, instead of, why did you buy that? I'd say, I noticed a purchase for an expensive perfume. Can you tell me more about that? I'm genuinely curious about what led to that decision. If I'm feeling stressed about the budget, I might ask, I'm feeling a bit stressed about our budget this month. What are your thoughts on how we can adjust things to stay on track? This frames it as a shared problem and invites collaboration. And I'd also be sure to ask about their past, in a non-judgmental way. Something like, how did your family handle money when you were growing up? I'm interested in learning more about your financial background. By focusing on these I statements and open-ended questions, I'm hoping to create a much more collaborative and understanding environment when it comes to discussing finances. It's about understanding, not blaming, and working together as a team. Remember, building financial transparency is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and effort. Let's all be patient with ourselves and our future partners. Be persistent. And keep learning together. This approach, by the way, is supported by research from the American Institute of CPAs. They found that couples who frame financial discussions positively report much higher relationship satisfaction. I'll definitely keep you updated on my progress with all of this in future videos.